So first up, you have the Page of Swords. Then you have the Three of Pentacles. Then you have the Six of Wands. And your challenge for the month is the Five of Swords reversed. And what is recommended for you is strength. So I think you might be learning something. You might have had some kind of idea, and now you're in the learning phases of it. The Page of Swords, he's very curious. He's very interested in something, and he's willing to really learn a lot about it. He's willing to learn everything about it. So I think there's something that you're interested in, and you might be trying to find more information about. This could also represent news coming to your way, but I really think there's something that you're kind of, like you had like some kind of spark or inspiration, and now you're really seeking more information regarding this. And now mid-month, because you have the Three of Pentacles, I think you're going to be working with others that are actually going to be helping you facilitate this. I think you're going to have a group of people or whatever this is. It's going to be very good for you. It's going to be a very good, healthy, collaborative effort. And I think that's actually extremely important. And by the end of the month, I think you're going to have some type of victory. I think you're going to have some type of recognition. People will be seeing you for the hard work or the skill that you put into it. And that's extremely positive. I really feel that, I wonder for some of you, if you are, whatever this is, you might be actually taking the lead on the situation, and you're getting recognized by the end of the month for actually being a little bit more of the director or the leader, or being in a position where you're kind of more in control. I think that's super fantastic. Now, your challenge for the month is the Five of Wands in reversed. Now, this could indicate that you may be a little bit concerned about getting involved in conflict. You might not want to be speaking up for yourself. And sometimes, I wonder for some of you if, because the Page of Swords, you might be learning more about a situation than maybe somebody else, or you might have more knowledge about something than someone else. And if you're working with a collaborative effort, sometimes certain personalities, although you work well together, sometimes that doesn't mean you all are 100% like BFF. Sometimes you have to work with people and you guys really mesh well, but you know, people have personalities. Sometimes there might be somebody that has a little bit of a stronger personality than you, or a little bit stronger, or a little bit more stubborn, and it doesn't mean it in a bad way. But I think this is saying that you need to make sure that you're speaking up. You need to make sure that if you have ideas or you have some valuable information, that you are saying that, because sometimes we could see other people as, if, let's say if they have a degree, or somebody's supposed to have more knowledge on something, or they're seen as an expert or whatever, they have a certification in something, or they have more, they spent more years doing it or whatever. But sometimes, like, you can learn a lot in a short period of time. So you might be new at this, but you might have went down the rabbit hole of it, and you might have watched videos, you might have done all this stuff, and you learned it in a short period of time. So you might actually be, I don't want to say one-upping in a sense as far as knowledge, because you spent a lot of time listening to other people in different kind of ways. And sometimes people have a way they do something and they kind of are set in that way, but now you could be coming with like an idea or a way to do it a little differently that might be a little bit more streamlining or a little bit more productive, and you might be worried about speaking up. But this is saying, don't worry about that. Your challenge is to speak up. Like, if you have an idea or a concept, you say it. Don't worry if somebody feels like they have more information. Don't worry about, you know, don't let yourself just sit on the sidelines, because I think by the end of the month, you're really going to be recognized for your contributions to this. So I think it's extremely positive. Now, what's recommended for you is strength. Now, I think this is very interesting with this card, because this card is all about persistence and knowing that you have what it takes and really keeping the end goal in mind. But this card can also represent being the driving force behind the scenes, in a sense. Like, she obviously is in control of this cat to a degree. Like, the cat's listening to her, they're best buddies or whatever, but the cat thinks he's probably in control. But the cat doesn't realize, like, you know what, every time she says something to do it, you know, maybe the cat kind of entertains her or whatever. So this is kind of being like like a quiet leader in a sense. I see that card. Like, if you are in this group setting or whatever this represents for you, it could be work, it could be a hobby, it could just be family, it could be something with your family, whatever this represents for you, it could be school, maybe you're working on a project with other students or whatever it is, you know, maybe you have contractors fixing your house or something, whatever this represents for you. There might be somebody who feels or is seen as the leader in that group, but I think that your contributions might actually be subtly steering the group, if that makes sense. So like, although there might be a set leader, the contributions that you're giving is actually helping steer subtly the group in a direction that is actually more beneficial. And I think by the end of the month, you're going to be definitely recognized for your ideas and what you've put forth. So I think this is saying, don't be afraid to speak up. You don't necessarily have to be seen as the leader, or you don't have to be combative about it, but you can help kind of steer the situation into more of an effective way. You know, you can do it kind of, I don't want to say passively, but it's like an active passive type of thing. You can do it in a way where it's not like now you're causing conflicts within the group, because I think you guys are going to be really gelling and working very well. So I definitely think this is super positive. So let's see what else we get for you guys. Okay, first up we have Panther Spirit. Reclaim your power. So I definitely think this is saying, in this situation, don't take a back seat. Just stand up for yourself. You don't have to be mean or anything. You could do it subtly. It's not like you don't have to be like, you know, come in there all crazy or whatever, but just make sure that you are standing up for yourself. And if you have a better idea or something, chime in. You know, it doesn't have to be like a forceful kind of way, but you can kind of do it subtly. You could kind of, you know, do it strategically. But I think this is saying that you also have to reclaim your self-confidence. You have to reclaim your power within yourself, and get to a point where you feel like you are worthy, and just make sure that you are standing up for yourself, or you're contributing, because I really feel that you have some knowledge that maybe somebody doesn't have quite as much, and you have something really great to contribute to the situation, and I think you will be recognized for it. So I definitely think you just need to make sure that you're not just kind of getting steamrolled, or kind of just sitting and just letting other people make the decisions. You have to kind of, you know, chime in a little bit. You know, you stand up for yourself. So I think that's fantastic. You also have Canary Spirit, sing your own song, and this is really saying that whatever you have to contribute, you need to make sure that you can let people know. And you have Aragonite, release your emotional baggage. Now, I really think that this is going with this Five of Wands in reverse. I think there might be some reason that you might be feeling a little bit like you don't want to kind of speak out for whatever this is. And sometimes this could be things from the past. Maybe you feel like you're not qualified in the situation as much as somebody else, or they should know more, even though you went down a whole rabbit hole, watched 150 YouTube videos on it, maybe read who knows what all on Amazon and whatever, all these websites, whatever you did. You might actually have some valuable information to share, but but something might be blocking you. So maybe there's a situation that you feel like, oh, whatever it is, you need to release some baggage that's holding you back to be able to get to the point where, you know, you are standing up for yourself. You're kind of sharing your information, and you're feeling that you're equal with the people that you're working with. Sometimes you can be equal. You are equal, obviously, but sometimes, like, for whatever reason, there might be something that makes you feel like you're not on their level, where you are on their level, and it could just be baggage from the past making you feel like that. So you just need to be aware of that, and just, you know, stay strong, because I definitely think that you have the strength to persevere. You just need to do it. One foot in front of the other, you know what they say. Okay. Love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So I think this is saying, this is another card of expressing And I really feel like whatever you're doing, I think it's kind of somewhat, I don't want to say a passionate endeavor, because the Page of Swords, it's like, you know, your thoughts, but you're something you're excited about. And the Pentacles, this is a practical card, you know, you're working towards it or collaborating with other people. But with the Six of Wands here, this is about passion and that victory and having that success. You know, you did something that you really had success and you feel good about it. And even with the Wands, the Five of Wands here, it's also that like a passion. And because the Strength is here, she's very persistent. Like when she met this cat, she knew like they were going to be BFFs. She knew that they were going to hang out, that the cat was going to bite her, but she had to like, there was going to be setbacks with the cat. But she knew in the long run that they were like going to be best friends. And they are best friends. So, and that takes time and that takes dedication. So I feel like this is saying that like you need to be expressing yourself as you go through this. And I think that I really feel like whatever this, it might be like something that you're really invested in. Because I feel like with this Page of Swords, you know, he's not going and doing all this research and studying and super excited about something that he just is not invested in. Like, I feel like he's definitely invested. For him to go really full on with whatever he's or whatever you're doing is like, I feel like you're really invested in it and you're really interested in it. So make sure that you're expressing yourself, because I think this is something that you do love. So make sure you're expressing yourself with it. And express your love. Here we have another express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Now, these could be representing love, but it also could represent that whatever you're doing and whatever you're working towards with other people, that you need to make sure that you're letting them know how excited you are about this and how passionate you are about this. And if you have some ideas to help it be better, that you just need to let them know. And life is like an elevator. On your way up, sometimes you have to stop and let some people off. And I think this is saying, even with the baggage, I think that sometimes you have to let the emotional baggage off as well. Sometimes, you know, you carry your emotional baggage and all your baggage around. Sometimes you just got to let it go. So I think that you need to either, if something's not working for you, you need to let it go. But also sometimes your emotions and your thoughts that are hindering you from moving on or moving forward, you need to let those off as well. Kick them off the elevator. You don't need to bring that. You're going up, okay? You don't need to bring all that extra weight of past ghosts with you. Just kick them off. It's easier said than done, but still good advice. And we have, today I am special. Today I will realize that I am unique, one of a kind person. And I think this is fantastic. And I think that this is really saying that don't undermine yourself. Don't undermine the gifts that you have towards this situation. And don't think that you're not contributing. Because I definitely think whatever this represents for you, you are going to be contributing quite a bit. And I think your perspective and your thoughts on it are actually going to be making it work very effectively. So I think this is really, really positive. Now, let's see what Bob Ross has to say to you. I look forward to seeing you again. Happy painting. God bless, my friend. Now, I think this is fantastic. And I wonder if this is a project or something that you're working with other people, I think it really is going to go very well. You know, sometimes there's little bumps in the road everywhere. You know, sometimes that happens. But I think it's going to go very well, maybe so well that people are going to want to work with you again in the future. So I definitely think this is extremely positive. Okay, now let's see what Spirit of the Dish shall be with you this week, or this month, I should say. You have the Spirit of the Greens, which is the spirit of the colored greens. And for your dinner and a movie, you have drama, films, and seafood. And for the energies that you either need to tap into or be aware of, you have Pisces, you have yourself. And you guys are all about vision, creativity, and illusion. So I think some of you might have this vision, you might be very creative, and some of these creative aspects you can really implement here, but you need to watch for these illusions. Because sometimes with this the Five of Swords in reverse, if you feel like you can't really get yourself out there in a certain degree, it could be an illusion you're placing on yourself. And you also have Sagittarius, which is about expansion and good fortune, and they're just like a free loving sign. So I think you just need to be free, and you need to just, you know, be willing to try things as well. So here you have Pluto, and this is about transformation and major changes, and you have Mars, and this is all about energy, initiative, and temper, and it has that like that spark, that kind of like excitement as well. So I really feel like whatever this is, it's something that you're really excited about. So you got to keep that energy. You have the 10th house, which represents social status, career, and aspirations. And you have the 11th house, which represents originality, humanitarianism, connections, and creative ideas. And you have number 4, which is an even number. So that means the special guest that will be here answering your questions today, Pisces, will be Mr. Predicto. So think of those questions. He'll be out here shortly. You have S, F, G, S, F, H, O, 1408. And you have clarity. And I think that, but you have to keep your head clear. And I feel like with the strength, that kind of goes with the strength, she's very clear about what she wants. Like and because she's clear in her head about what she wants, she's able to attract it and be in that energy and actually perform the task that is going to get her to what she wants. So you just need to be really clear about your purpose and just don't let things get you foggy. Okay, now let's see. Oh, you also had another one here. Okay, you had also 5. It was hiding on me. It was hiding in plain sight. I just didn't see it at the time. Let's see what little charmy we get for you. Hold on. I dropped it, but it was this one. You have the magic wand. So as we all know, the magic wand, you hold it like this and you got to wave it around, and it like, you tell it what you want and then it'll bring it to you. So this is saying that you need to be your own little magic wand. But to be your own little magic wand, you have to wave yourself around and doing the actions that you want to attract. So this means that, let's say if you, I don't know, you want a degree in something, you have to go to school for it. You know, to get the degree, you got to go to school. If you want to learn something, you have to commit to the time to study it. If you want to be good at something, you have to perform the actions. Like you actually have to do it. You have to learn what you can about it. You have to be in that energy. So you need to be your own little magic wand and actually step into that energy of actually doing things and trying things out and learning as you go. And sometimes when you learn, you screw something up. Don't worry about screwing stuff up. I screw stuff up all the time. But I do things. Like I try things all the time. Like I'm always like kind of doing stuff. So, and I tend to like screw things up sometimes. But then you figure out what went wrong and you're like, okay, maybe I'm going to try it this way. Let's see if this goes a little bit better. And sometimes, you know, I can be good at stuff because I'm willing to give it a go. So this is saying, don't stop. This is all about like doing. So you do Pisces. You just got to like, just do it. Okay, now let's bring our special guest over. Okay, Pisces, here he is. Think of your questions and let us ask. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate prediction device to ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Pisces' question?
Confident. It is no.
Okay, so he said he's confident it is no. Mr. Predicto is a man of many words, and those were the words he chose to speak here today. I hope you all have a wonderful month, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.